How's it going? Welcome to Change is Good. My name is Brian. In this video, we're going to go through some 90% silver 1964 D Kennedy half dollars looking for varieties. We'll be scoping every coin looking for varieties such as double dies and repunch mint marks to fill slots in these albums back here. We'll be doing one roll at a time with a recap after each roll, starting with these three unsearched rolls back here. I've also got some rolls with some double dies on them that I haven't had time to attribute yet. That's this roll here and these two rolls here. I do have one roll that I have attributed here, D to number 15. I'll pull the best example out from this one for the album. Now I also have one roll of unattributed RPMs here. And if you're not sure what an RPM is, it's a repunched mint mark variety. Lastly, I have two varieties that I've already attributed. The one here on the left was found during a live stream on the channel a few months ago. The one here on the right was found during a junk silver hunt I did last year. And because silver is so scarce in circulation, the odds of me finding all these varieties during box hunts is essentially impossible. Therefore, everything's fair game. The 1964 D Kennedy half dollar is loaded with varieties, so there's potential to fill a lot of slots in the albums. Let's get started. Roll number one, you're up. Alright, the first roll is done and it had one find, a repunched mint mark variety. Let's take a closer look. Alright, if you look at the mint mark, you can see splitting here at the top left corner. There's also light splitting down here at the bottom left corner, and the mint mark is placed very close to the eagle's foot. This is RPM number 12 on Variety Vista. And now, roll number two. Alright, the second roll had two double dies. Let's check them out. In this example, you can see splitting along the bottom half of the motto all the way across, especially on the letters G and O. This is DDO number 4 on Variety Vista, or the FS104 in the Cherry Picker's Guide. It's a good find. It's going to fill a slot in the album. Now folks, we just hit pay dirt. If you go to PCGS.com and look up the FS104, it's actually the most valuable of all the 1964 D varieties. In the Mint State 63, they gave it a value of $225 retail. In the 64, they gave it a value of $250 retail. Now, it won't sell for that much, probably for between $150 to $200, but I paid $10 to $12 for this coin, so that was definitely worth scoping. This is also a contender for being slabbed. It's a great find. On this example, you can see splitting here at the top right serif of the 6, the bottom left of the first T, the bottom of both legs of the R, the top of the U on both sides, and the top and bottom serifs of the letter S. Here's a close-up so you can see the splitting of the lettering. This variety also has a small die gouge here at the upper right center of the mint mark. This is DDO number 15 on Variety Vista. It's also the same variety I have in this roll, so what I'll do is pull out the best example for the album since we just found another one. Now it's time for roll number 3, the partial roll. Well, that third roll was a bust. Now we'll do this one. This is a roll of 1964 Ds that I put together over about a year and a half period, all with split serifs on the obverse. I don't know if they're true double dies or just hub doubled or master die doubled. I'll be back with the results when it's done. Well, that roll was mostly master die doubling or hub doubling, but there were 3 double dies in it. And the one here in the middle is pretty valuable. It should look familiar. On this first example, you can see splitting here at the bottom serif of the E, the bottom of both legs of the R, the top of the U, the bottom of the 4, and here at the top serif of the 6. This is DDO number 2 on Variety Vista. Now here we have the example from the middle. If you look, you can see doubling along the bottom of the motto all the way across. This is another DDO number 4 on Variety Vista, or the FS104 in the Cherry Picker's Guide. This is a pretty valuable coin in really good shape. I'm probably going to get this one graded. It's a great find. In this third example, you can see doubling here at the top of the U on both sides, here at the top serif of the S, and down here at the top serif of the 6 in the date. This is DDO number 10 on Variety Vista. We have filled a lot of slots so far, but we're not done yet. These last 3 rolls contain varieties I haven't had time to attribute yet. They could be master die doubled or hub doubled, but I'll find out when I go through them. Each roll should be from the exact same die if I remember correctly, so it should be pretty quick. When I get done, I'll be back with the results. Well, unfortunately, those rolls had nothing definitive. I think mainly just hub doubling and master die doubling. Now I'm going to double check these 2 varieties and make sure I have them attributed correctly. On this first example, you can see splitting here at the bottom of the letter N and here at the middle serif of the letter G. And if you look at this side of the coin, you can see splitting here at the top of the W, the bottom serif of the E, the bottom of the first T, the bottom of both legs of the R, the top of the U on both sides, and the top and bottom serifs of the S. There's also a split here at the top serif of the 6 in the date. This is DDO number 8 on Variety Vista, or the FS108 in the Cherry Picker's Guide. One easy way to identify this variety is to look for this little die gouge here on the 1 in the date. This example was actually found on a live stream. Well, the FS108 was correct. However, the DDR number 2 doesn't quite have the correct die scratches and die markers Although it does have some double stars and the correct font, I want to be 100% sure before I put anything on the albums, so I'm going to leave this one out for now. Now with the 90% silver caught up, I'm going to fill some 40% silver slots. I have a full set of 1965 through 1970D here to put in the albums. The 1970D, believe it or not, was actually found on this channel. When I get the slots filled, I'll be back with a recap of the albums. We've made a lot of progress. We filled 6 slots in the first album and 3 in the second album. We also filled 2 slots in the third album and 2 more in the fourth album for a total of 13 slots. Now that's progress. We've now hunted 57 boxes and have 150 out of 297 slots filled. Folks, we just broke past the halfway point. Not only do we make progress on the albums, we had 2 submission-worthy finds, this being one of them. The other one I'm going to leave in the album for now. Now, if both FS104s grade a Mint State 64, and I'm pretty sure this one will, that will put their collective values at $500 according to PCGS. I estimate they would sell for around $175 a piece, or $350 in total. That's not bad for 2 coins I paid no more than $12 for. I did some research, and this 1964D FS104 is actually the 3rd most valuable of all the silver Kennedy half-dollar varieties. The first 2 are all the 1967s, and those are coming up. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, and it made you want to go out and buy a microscope, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you have any feedback or questions, just leave me a comment, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Thanks again, and remember, every coin has a story. And some of those stories will make you smile. I'll see y'all next time.